Hello, Monsters Abound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires. And part 13, I think. I came in with such conviction once again, and my brain like a sieve, I instantly forget of my Queek campaign, where things have gone from bad to, well, worse. As everyone's declared war on me, Itza's currently attacking the Badlands. I've literally never seen that before in my life, but here we are, fending off we're ambushing them. Fending off an attack by Itza into the Badlands. We've managed to catch one army in an ambush. There's another army nearby, but I'm hoping we can catch that one as well. We have to be as efficient as possible killing these guys. And so we're using the old tactic of spawning in clan rats and plague monks to keep them arm's length, while we pound them with AoE weapons, which kill more rats than they do the enemy. But because they're summoned in rats, who gives a shit? I don't. Right. The main issue, though, is they've got Kroxigor, and the Kroxigor have been a bit of a problem to deal with. They have smashed into our Storm Vermin line. We've managed to hold it, though, and fend them off, and you can see our missile units now picking off those Kroxigor. Kroxigor are not particularly a good unit, sad to say. I do quite like them, but they're just not very good. We do have the thing who's helping out, smash some of these Kroxigors, and then the Veskin's Death Squad. Ooh, taking a little bit of friendly fire there. We didn't really want that, but they should be fine. The rest of the enemy army being absolutely just ripped to pieces by our weapon teams. My beloved weapon teams. Holy shit, they're good. Okay, well, that's one army down. Now we just need to deal with the other one. And however many more there are heading in this direction. Okay, not bad.
Great victory.
I mean, it was to be fair, pretty great. I will give you that. Yeah, sure. It was pretty great. Now, last time we had a poll. We got some Altstone tokens. Very nice. Last time we had a poll, and the poll was what should the victory conditions be? Because I can just see this now. So, occasionally people are like, "Oh, you don't want to play long campaigns." I'm like, well, I don't necessarily mind playing long campaigns, but I feel like long campaigns in Total War kind of fall into two categories. The first is where you're just rolling over everyone. The second is where you're being beset by wave upon wave of enemies. This kind of happened in my Wurzag campaign, and that was just about okay because I could see a way to sort of win. But I was losing ground. And it wasn't because I was losing battles or making poor strategic decisions. It's because I couldn't fight the sheer number of armies being sent against me. And I don't find wave assault particularly interesting either. Having to fight the same battle, 3 times a turn is not particularly interesting to me. I like fighting different factions. I think the main problem is how the main factions will confederate, and I think the main problem is the Dwarves and the Empire, because inevitably I end up fighting them if I'm an evil faction every single fucking game. So that's kind of why I don't really like playing the long campaigns, and I feel like Total War can get to a point, Warhammer anyway, can get to a point where you're just fighting endless waves of enemies and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's kind of what I don't enjoy. So
Hornet One watches me.
He knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. And we got another ambush, which is perfect because Gorok definitely needs to die. What's he got? Mace of Ulumuk and the Shield of Aeons. So that's how you spell words. 60 armor. Everyone at roof. That's mean, isn't it? That's a bit horrible. Otherwise, this army is pretty trash. I'm going to... Shroud of Dripping Death. A bit drippy. Let's give that to... I'm kind of tempted to put it on. I mean, we've both got poison already, but Weirdly, Sniffles doesn't. Of every one of our characters who has poison, I would have thought Sniffles would be the most likely, but apparently not. So, I guess... Do you have poison? You don't have poison. You know what? Have poison. I'm fairly sure that stacks. So we'll go with that. It's in poison imbuement, but it doesn't come up on the melee attack? Does it not? It's probably fine. Another ambush. Perfect. Exactly what we needed. Already doing quite a lot of damage. Charging into Gorok to try and knock him out. The Saurus getting absolutely destroyed. Already big piles of dead Saurus there, and the Plague Monks moving in to engage the Blessed Cold One Spear Rider. The Thing also moving in to engage, taking a little bit of damage there, but he's okay because he regenerates. On the right flank, had to be a little bit careful because the Natty Bubo's sharpshooters are just hanging out on the flank there, only protected really by Viscerin's Death Squad, so got to keep an eye on them to make sure they'll be okay. Gorok is being a tricky customer, but then of course he is. I'm trying to pick out the flying units first, because obviously those could be quite nasty. We've also got Proxagor charging on the right flank, mincing those Plague Monks, but they're summoned in, so who cares? We've also got the Razordons, who are not doing too much because they're being blocked from shooting, I think. So they're not doing it. They're not doing a whole lot apart from just sort of like getting in the way, which is fine. We've got some Blessed Cold One Spear Riders charging in on the flank. We're trying to pick them off with the Giselles. The only unit I've got to throw at them, unfortunately, is the Death Squad. Spawning in some Clan Rats, though, just at the last seconds to just lock them down. The sharpshooters picking them off quickly, hopefully before the Death Squad takes too much damage. It's a little expedition to attack the Skaven on the other side of the fucking world has once again been defeated. I get the sneaking suspicion that they won't stop trying, though. Good. Now, I started saying this before the battle, but we had a poll last time, and the poll was what victory conditions should we work towards? And the two top ones were capture Skaven Blight and capture Kazakarak. So we'll try and achieve that, and if at that point the short victory campaign condition looks achievable, then we'll go for that. Otherwise, I think we'll just call... Oh, we might lose Death Gorge. Mind you, if we lose Death Gorge, then we should be in range to... You know what, let's just...
Order, listen. Stop.
How far? I can't... Yeah, okay, just head towards...
Run, fools.
No, don't go that... You dozy twat.
No.
No, I'm fairly sure that the AI will completely ignore your zone of control, whereas... I guess if we... No, see? It's like, if we wanted to move through there, it'd be like, no, you have to go... all the way around rather than just... Mind you, I guess maybe that's because we don't have the movement. If we did, could we move through? I don't think you can, but I'm fairly sure the AI just ignores yours. Just goes, what zone of control? Didn't see any zone of control there, mate. Okay, we're under siege over there. You're heading in that direction, which is fine. Hoping to get the ambush down there. That army is a very nasty one.
Cancel orders.
Mind you, this army's quite a nasty one.
Not enough warpstone.
I mean, they may have poison wing globers, but I've got the mortars. And they may have fanatics, but I've got...
Lord of the Assassins.
Nothing, really. But at least I should be able to bombard them. I mean, assuming I can spot them. It's probably fine. Anyway, we can deal with these guys. That's okay. It's alright, isn't it? Be fine. Don't know why I picked that Not sure. Just kind of felt it in my gut. Went with a gut skill points. It's very ogre of me. So Black Crag does have defences. If we beef those defences up, that will be better. Obviously, we'll get a lot of money from killing people, so that's nice. Let's get Valea's Sorrow back up, I guess. More growth, the better. We've got those defences, which are probably the best because they're the laser defences. Because the top one is the rattling missiles, and they're not very good. The lasers are way more, like, just shooty. They're just more shooty. More shootier, which is better. Do we need defences here? I mean, I say no, but inevitably I will be fucked over by that choice. But let's get more money. Let's get more money there. Will we hold here, do we think? I mean, you've only got rat ogres. So maybe. I'm not gonna say absolutely positively yes, but maybe. Was there dwarves around here? I can't remember.
Should kill when get chance.
Okay, maybe not though, because where is... Okay, right. You need to come over here so that I have early warning of any potential threats. Now,
how can I make you comfortable?
are you...
I forget mortal pleasures.
Okay, well, I'm not going to teach you any. I see cruel fates for you. Why? I'm doing my own thing. You are... Yeah, you're trespassing, but only -2, which is significantly less than I thought it would be. I thought traipsing over your lands for turns on end would really piss you off, but apparently it's just minor, just a minor ticking off.
Trust him for now.
Oh, trust Telsian, absolutely. What a guy.
I am a rune lord, not some smith.
Okay, assault. Nice. Nice. That's the kind of action we need. Let's get one of those. Iron Rock is a thingy-majig. I mean, we could maybe go with one of these. I'm just never sure they're that useful. That's my problem with them. I'm just never 100% sure they're actually that good. Okay, let's upgrade you, because that will give us more cash. And you, because again, that will give us more cash. I should really upgrade you, because that would also give me more cash. And I kind of need cash, because these wankers won't leave me alone. Just all over me like a rash. Okay, good. We got the ambush. It says decisive victory, but I don't trust it. So I'm going to do this myself. Another ambusher desperately needed. Deathmaster Snitch's forces launching a devastating alpha strike against the... Oh, that did a lot of damage. And then the mortars coming down on top of them as well. It's a big blob of units here who have no idea which direction to run. We're sending a unit of summoning clan rats to just go and mess them up, keep them at bay. And then in the trees over here, some wolf rats now running down those Doomdiver catapults, who unfortunately have got some shots off. This is going to sting. Oh, ow. Yeah, no. Probably should have dealt with them quicker. Never mind. The wolf rat's now charging in. It's overrunning the Goblin Doomdivers in seconds. Already, most of the enemy army is fleeing off in the distance, having been absolutely destroyed by our bombardments. Very strong missile attacks in this army. And a good, solid, strong front line. To be honest, Deathmaster Snitch's army would be very useful at this moment in dealing with our Dwarven enemies. Unfortunately, he's having to deal with our rear guards still. Those wolf rats. I do love my Wolfie boys. Look at them hunting down those fleeing units. Oh, no better unit to hunt down fleeing units than Wolfie boys. Bloody love them. Perfect. I mean, probably should have taken out the artillery sooner, but I'll take that. Yes, I thought you might do that. Is that a problem? No. Although, oof. That's a fucking horrible army. Jesus, look at that. You got Plague, you got Forsaken, Flagellants, Fanatics, Doom Divers. Oh my god, it's Ulysses! Ulysses. Okay. Okay. Slight issue here. Deathmaster Snitch's army, of course, excels at long-range bombardment, which is very thematic for him. Shut up. Anyway, the point is that that's great, unless, of course, you start right in the middle of all these dense trees where you'd be lucky to get a couple of shots through. We do not want to be fighting a lot of this very nasty infantry under tree cover. So we need to get our units down into this position down here in the corner where we get some sort of like arcs of fire here, some non-tree cover. To do that, we're going to have to interrupt the enemy army's advance with our Skaven slaves. So the Skaven slaves are already pouring down the hill here to try and basically draw off some of this army. We also need to take out the Goblin Doom Divers, which our Mendes from below is doing just now, just calming them up there, making sure that they can't launch their dreaded cargo towards us. We also have our Wolf Rats. Have been broken around behind. You can see these Plague Monk Centre Bearers here, currently smashing their way through some Skaven slaves, but being charged in the rear by some doggos. It's going to give them a little mighty bomb, and you can see they're very, very rapidly losing health there as that charge bonus. We want to don't overstay our welcome as a Ragnarok Spider turns up, so the Wolf Rats then book it away, having racked up 12 kills and suffered 0 damage doing it. How much damage value is that? 195. Pretty good. Pretty good. So we need to take out that other Goblin Doom Diver. Our army, or the Deathmaster Snitch's army, is moving into position, getting some bombardment already. That's looking pretty good. We're getting a nice front line there. The Warp Fire Thrower is roasting those Flagellants. Very nice. The Wolf Rats picking off the Goblin Doom Diver. The Ragnarok Spider really has it in for them, so we need to get the hell out of dodge before it gets any hits off. So we're doing that, running out of there. And we've also got this other unit of Wolf Rats darting around. They attacked the Night Goblins, got them to use one of their Fanatics, and then bugged out. Warp Fire Throwers holding the front line there, and we also have Treb, the Warlord, taking on some Forsaken, just keeping them busy there on the flank. Thank you very much, Treb. Warp Fire Throwers roasting those Plague Monks, just keeping them at arm's length. Some Clan Rats dealing with the Forsaken, and some Poison. We're trying to take out the Poison Wing Globes. The Poison Wing Globes and the Night Goblin Archers, mostly we need to really get rid of them. And the Goblin Doom Diver, you see, just routed. Got rid of those. Wolf Rats then skirting away from the Ragnarok Spider. Wolf Rats nomming on those archers, managing to rout them, almost breaking themselves, and then that Doom Wheel charges in and it terrifies the Wolf Rats, who are already quite low on morale, so they're now running away, but they should be back. Wolf Rats now sweeping down towards these Poison Wing Globes, and meanwhile we're holding the rest of the enemy army at bay. Deathmaster Snitch getting in amongst those Forsaken, just making sure that they can get bombed by all of our all of the Death Globes, all of that good shit, all that good stuff. Perfect. Goblin's getting a wee little bit of a roasting there. The Wolf Rats running away. Unfortunately, they didn't quite take out those Poison Wing Globes, unfortunately, now fleeing away. The other unit then also retreating into the forest. Some of the Skaven slaves actually have rallied, and we can use those again. However, you can see we've managed to break up the enemy army, which is quite important, and also managed to get our units into positions where they can now freely bombard the enemy. That's exactly what we need. That Ragnarok Spider, though, it's just been chasing us around. So pain in the ass. Never mind. Plague Catapults can now concentrate on the Poison Wind Globes, knock those out. We've got a few other blocks of infantry that we need to deal with. And our Wolf Rats are waiting for their moment to pounce. Deathmaster Snitch being thrown around by the Ragnarok Spider. Need to take out that enemy general, and Treb is fighting him, although he's not doing very well. Well, he's doing better than the enemy warlord, to be fair. Is he? Oh no, Treb's doing worse. Our warlord is losing. Fair play. The chieftain is currently trying to stab the Ratnock spider in the bottom. Not sure how well that's working out, and the wolf rats now chasing down fleeing units, making sure they don't come back. Things like those poison wing globes, things like the enemy general as well, trying to dodge their own bombardments. Skaven Slays rushing out of the tree line, locking down more of those units so we can concentrate our fire on one unit after a next. Wolf rats now being used to hunt down these missile units. Take out those light goblin archers. Make sure we wipe out as many units as possible. That's quite important. The Ratnock spider. Oh, toasty. Just getting absolutely roasted as it tries to take on some clan rats. It's quite low on morale. And it's not super happy about being roasted. We've also got our Plague Monk, Pustin Skid, who's tanking it. Not very well, but there we go. Oh, let's get on the Death Globes as well. That thing is now running away, and it's shattered. We're going to use our Wolf Rats to hunt them down. Wolf Rats are so good at hunting down enemy fleeing units. There's no better unit to do it. Flagellants, of course, unbreakable units. I mean, unbreakable in the sense of morale. If you chuck enough shit at them, they will explode. Just like that. Perfect. And there we go. The last of the enemy units destroyed. And now we just need to take that settlement and stop this little incursion. Phew, now, while we lost 703, only 75 of that was actually from Deathmaster Snitch's army, which of course is our important army. I think it was mostly just the Wolf Rats, but the Wolf Rats did do a lot of damage. I fucking love those Wolf Rats. Holy shit, what good boys. So, I'm going to take the cash because I don't care what happens to Trab's army. Now, hopefully, that means we should be able to finish off. Got a scrying stone. What does that do? All made of polished gallstones. The dreaded blindworms. A glimpse of the future. Ooh, ambush success chance and an ability is 20% damage resistance. It's actually pretty good. It's not bad. Got battlefield drums as well. All right, and that, yes, so that has crushed that army, which is exactly what we wanted. So we should then just be able to move in and... Really? Oh, God. Oh, God, look at that. Look at that army.
Think me fool? No! Blame you!
Oh, God. Okay, let's do sabotage and unrest, because then you should just start taking attrition damage.
Think me fool?
Regardless, which would be lovely. And you know what? Let's get Pestilent Birth, because being able to produce 2 units of rats rather than 1 is very, very useful. I'm going to go loose. Ooh, you know what? Foe Seeker, sure. And even Trab has successfully managed to level up, so good job there. Okay, what are we facing here? So, the Death Globes are annoying. Is this better to fight as a siege? Because, I mean, they've got the Night Goblin Archers. But, and there's a big but here, they won't be able to use their Fanatics. So we can mob the walls, right? The Poison Wing Globadiers are a slight issue. How much damage are they likely to do? They'll have 4 units of the buggers, which is more than I would like. However, let's have a quick look at the map. It says Pyrrhic victory, but it'll like wipe out most of my army. You know what? This is actually fine, because this map is actually fucking legitimately a lot easier to fight than pretty much any other. Okay, they do have a Goblin Doom Diver. We can take that out. That's no issue. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a lot easier to fight this battle as a siege. So, let us pop this on you boys for no particular reason. And let's kill the last of these absolute bastards.
The mask of fear.
Yeah, I don't blame you, to be honest. I mean, this siege settlement layout is a bit of a weird one because it's so easy to game the AI on because of this long wall section here. I mean, obviously there's this section here, but this section isn't. And you know what? If only they built the entire city wall this high, right? Arse ladders don't reach that tall. They'd be like, oh my god, our arse ladders do not reach the height of that magnitude. It would be unassailable. You'd never get in. No, even Archaon would sit there with his 80 bloody bloodthirsters and he'd be like, I don't know how anyone's going to get over there. We can fly? And he'd be like, no, can't get in. No, turn it around, boys. The Chaos Invasion's failed. Never mind. Anyway, so... weird tangent. Anyway, so here we are. We're bombing. And you may go, but this is cheesing. Monsters abound. You're cheesing. Ooh, de fromage. My word to you is, fuck that. These dickheads spawned right behind my lines, along with their friends, who are stacks of fucking Waystalkers. So fuck them, fuck you too, and fuck these guys. Fuck all of you. You don't get that from any other Total War YouTuber, do you? Well, maybe Legend Total War, I don't know. He's got a potty mouth, hasn't he? As do I. So, we are pounding the enemy because, well, we can. Pounding them relentlessly. We have managed to take out the Goblin Doom Divers. We jumped them with Menace Below because, of course, the reinforcements surged into the settlement. And we just wait until they were a little bit far away and then jump them, just like we're doing down here with the Poison Wing Globadiers. You know what, the Poison Wing Globadiers actually not much worse than Clan Rats in combat. Plus they got shit ton loads more armor. I mean, they've got slightly less attack and that's it. Just a lot more armor. If they actually fought back, they'd probably just trade. But obviously we outnumber them. And we got them surrounded as well, so you can see they're being removed. Removed from the equation. Some of these wandering armies are just a nightmare. I mean, Vashnar's the worst. Thank God he didn't... hang on, touch wood. Thank God he didn't spawn behind my lines, because fuck me, if I had Vashnar pounding me from the rear, arriving by surprise before I was ready, that would be a real nightmare. Thankfully, it's just these dickheads. And they're bad enough. But frankly, having crossbows, Dark Elf crossbows, and Chosen, significantly worse. Christ. Anyway, so, I mean, we're doing quite well. I mean, you know, just bombing the shit out of them, really. Look at the, yeah, this, if I was going to auto-resolve this, it would have wiped out the vast majority of my army. I'm going to show auto-resolve why that is not accurate. I'm schooling auto-resolve. Now, they do still have an Ragnarok Spider. But we've done the hard part, which is we took out that army beforehand. That was the tricky bit. Obviously, we wouldn't want to fight the garrison like this. We wouldn't have the artillery really to deal with them on the wall. So then we'd have to do a costly assault. Dealing with them in the field significantly easier. and then mopping up the survivors. I think this is the right choice. I was tempted to just sort of see if they wanted to attack me, and considering that it was going to be a Pyrrhic victory, I suspect, but then I thought that other army may start recruiting again. That could be a problem. So obviously we did the sensible thing, which was to take the city, and because we had this map, it was an obvious choice really, because just being able to deal with all of these, they never get a shot off. They just line up on the wall and get annihilated by artillery firing across the wall, which is of course a really terrible place for them. You do not want to put your units on this section of the wall, because it's a nightmare. It's a slaughter. If they end up with artillery... What the fuck's that in the distance? Like a little... Never noticed that before. Hang on, where are we? There we go. Like a little door thingy. That's nice. Okay, well, there we go. Good, so we've got some menace from below. Now inside the city. The gate's already down. Last few units are being wiped out. We've got some nasty skulkers here who need to be annihilated, which of course they are. Ooh. Yeah, that artillery barrage absolutely wrecking them. Holy shit. We've taken the wall with slaves, and down here we do have some Forsaken. Look at those little claw feet. It's got to be a nightmare getting shoes to fit. Can you imagine going to Clark's and getting one of the feet measury things on that? It's never going to work, is it? I guess if you buy 2 left shoes and just go, claw foot with the other one, then the shoes will last you twice as long. That's got to be a bit of a saving, which is probably good when you're a, monstrous freak. Talking of monstrous freaks, the Arachnok Spider is... Do you think they, would they sell you 2 left shoes, or would you have to buy 2 sets of shoes and then just throw away the other set? If you've got a friend, I imagine you could, trade. If you had friends as a monstrous freak. Who knows? Anyway, just a thought. The Arachnok Spider's taking a lot of damage. Enemy General's taking a lot of damage. And yep, those nasty skulkers, their skulking days are over. Some Forsaken coming up onto the wall. There's just so many dead bodies littering the wall. This is why you don't defend this section of wall. It's just insane. What the fuck's going on here? You better not be having a union meeting. The Wolf Rats, my boys. My lovely wolfy boys coming through the gate, trying to take out these Grail Relics, who are weirdly resilient. What is it with these things? I swear to God. Because it's okay, they're being attacked by slaves, which probably does help, but they've got 28 melee defense, 40 armor, and yet these things just don't seem to fucking die. They're like corpse carts. Those things, it's a rickety cart being pulled by zombies. Theoretically, a strong breeze should knock that thing fucking down. And yet, for some reason, they seem to be always the last thing standing. God knows. Anyway. So, still killing these things. This game of slaves are a little bit sad. I'm not surprised. Most of them are dead. Defending the overshot a little bit. The city centre is some Night Goblin Squig Hoppers. Makes me want to play Night Goblins again. I haven't done a Scarstick campaign in, 3 months? We should do another one. And a Doom Wheel. They're a bugger to kill. As such, I decide that I don't want to kill them. And as it happens, once I've taken out the Grail Relics with Wither, because why not? It seems like army losses will take effect, and the entire army runs away anyway, meaning I don't have to bother, so that's good. That's a little bit better than wiping out most of my army, isn't it? Right. Thank you. I think I'll be taking that back. Right, build that. Defences and rally warrant, sure.
Another victory. Praise me.
Yes, praise you. Good.
Should
Praise me like I should. So let's. Yeah, more magic items would be quite nice, and
Nose eye.
a blade shield. God, we haven't fought dwarves once yet, have we? Holy shit. Famous last words. Right, now we've got to take the temple. Now, the Hunters of Kurnos are going to be a nightmare to deal with, but we've got a lot of ranged units in this army, so we should be probably okay. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a shit ton of slaves, because then, worst case, they can use all their arrows on killing slaves.
All tales are mine.
I'm going to scamper down here, because I think these guys are still going to want to come and take my settlement. Oh my god, there's so many dwarves.
Mine.
Okay, 3 stacks of dwarves. It's not a great number.
I think not.
Ungrim, Belagar,
Warlord Queek Headtaker.
one guy. Oh, you've reduced your army. Why? That makes me nervous. Why have you reduced your army? Is it because you're recruiting a shit ton of other things? I don't know. Okay, let's keep hopping in this direction because we need to knock out the army in that region. I think I remember it being quite nasty. What do I do here? Problem is, if I get spotted, I will get absolutely wrecked.
Mighty warrior champion.
They are marching, but I can't catch them.
Need more trophies, yes.
I could hop down to Karakate Peaks. Now, Black Crag should be fine. So if I hop down there, they may take Valea's Sorrow. In fact, they're definitely going to take Valea's Sorrow. There's not much you can do about that. So that is what it's going to be. I think I need to... Basically, I need to spend any money on either... Like, Karakate Peaks and Black Crag are both good settlements. Anything else needs to be spent in these settlements down here, because these are the ones that aren't in danger. The Dwarves have got at least 4 armies that I am fairly aware of.
No way.
No, definitely. And you're just not... I don't think you have an army. Well, having said that, what are you, 54? I don't think you do, you know. I genuinely don't think you do. Right, if we're going to take...
Many inventions I have to kill you.
Yes. Could we not, like, be friends? You know what? I think the only way factions get strong, and AI factions, I should say, get strong in Warhammer, is Confederation. That's the only, which is why you never see Skaven become particularly strong, because they don't confederate. Whereas the Empire and Dwarves do confederate, the Elves do confederate, the Dark Elves, yeah, to a certain extent, do confederate. And as such, they're the faction to get strong. Like the Lizard Men, you don't often see them get very strong because they don't often confederate with each other. The Skaven, I very rarely actually see them. I mean, occasionally Clan Eshin. I think that's mostly because they've got a shit ton of armor-piercing gutter runners. So I think that's usually how they get... It's like the Ultra Resolve is just on their side. That's how they get strong.
Warlock engineer.
Could I put an Undercity in... Oh my god, you've played yourself. That's fantastic. You've played yourself. Let's go and stick a Undercity in here, because that makes quite a lot of money, doesn't it? Yes, it does. In fact, I was going to do that, and then I got shanked, didn't I? Which is unfortunate, to say the least. Hello? Wow, you're just throwing those armies at me, aren't you? Look at you go. Good on you, buddy. And I assume... I assume one would assume that these guys are a bit shitty with you for trespassing. Minus 54. Yes, you know what? They are getting a bit shitty with you. Good. Which means you might declare war against them. Will you join my war against Itza?
You defy me?
No, well, I mean, you're kind of defying me, actually. I mean, they are strength rank 7 compared to your 22, so that's probably why you're not super into that. That's my guess. Telsian, we can't stab you. We don't have the money. We haven't killed anyone. Oh god, there was I think maybe a. Oh yeah, of course the what you know the scroll thing. What are they called? The commandments. That's the. Is it command? Yeah, no command. I didn't do a commandment. Never mind. Oh yeah, Valea. Sorry. Okay, what's that? Oh my. Oh god, I hate giant slayers. Oh, they're the worst. They're just the worst. Oh, what am I going to do about this? Okay, there's Thorgrim. Thorgrim's there. +2 armies. +1 there. +1 over here somewhere. Okay. Ogre mercenaries. Well, you know. Can we get...
Don't think so. Dockek.
Now, if we get an ambush on that, that's pretty good. Where the fuck are you going? Okay, well that's definitely a different army than the... Is it different? No, because the other one I saw was led by a skink. Which means that's an entirely brand new army you're throwing at me there. God, I really need Deathmaster Snitch up here. The fact that I'm having to deal with this bullshit. Oh god, look at all the fucking Way Watchers. Oh, just the thought of that makes me want to crawl out of my skin. Hello, dwarves.
Prepare, unleash poxes.
It's Grombrindle. Good. Right. Okay, we're gonna go for it.
No. 9.
Okay, let's go for it. We're going for it. Big ambush. That's an ambush. Perfect. That's Pyrrhic victory, even with the ambush. Ugh. Well, we've ambushed a lot of people this episode, and this time we're ambushing Ungrim, who's absolutely a nightmare to deal with, and frankly, chucking Jeremy at him is a terrible idea. Though the reason I'm throwing Queek at this guy is because he is a ghost, and Queek has magical attacks, but Queek and Ungrim going toe-to-toe. As it happens, though, Queek's going to get his head kicked in, which is unfortunate. Meanwhile, we're dealing with the giant slayers by keeping them at arm's length and pounding them with all kinds of shit so they don't get into melee combat, where of course they will wreck our face. Locked down most of the enemy missile units and shooting them full of the rattling guns, which is good. Uh-oh, giant slayers incoming. More rats needed. There we go, more rats. Good. That'll keep them busy. Fine, at least for a little while, but that's the main thing. Just keeping them busy. That's right. Keep chucking those poison wind globes at them, boys. Queek. No, well, Jezza is not having a great time against Ungrim. Obviously, Ungrim is anti-large, and Jeremy is, well, he's a large. He's fat with a capital PH. Can someone please remove these rats from Queek? Please. They've got a lot of weapon strength and armor piercing and damage, so please stop them. Fortunately, the Council Guard have moved in to render assistance to what fire throwers, continuing to pound Ungrim with everything we've got. Most of the rest of the enemy army is now fleeing. Thank goodness. Even the Longbeards now being surrounded. Now, if we weren't fighting Ungrim, the battle would now be over, and that would be great. However, Ungrim and the Giant Slayers, but more importantly Ungrim, is unbreakable. There's a problem with this. It comes from Ungrim. It's a massive fucking pain in the ass to kill. Especially seen as both Queek. I mean, Queek is currently... Right. Yeah, I ain't afraid no ghosts. We crossed the streams, and that was good. Yeah, if you're worried about how to deal with dwarves, the plague priests can spawn in a lot of clan rats. And if you spawn in clan rats, then you can roast them and throw poison wind at them and do all kinds of shit. And it doesn't matter because, you know, the enemy will be busy trying to kill your summoned in clan rats. And who gives a shit about them because they're summoned in. So, Ungrim. Bit of a fucking pain in the ass to kill. We're currently surrounding him with literally everything, and trying to just, you know, kill him that way. It's working, just very, very slowly. And so yeah, I mean, Queek's taken an absolute beating. He's only got 734 health left, and Jeremy has got 742 left. So, you know, not great in either respect. Also, Ungrim is... I mean, he is dying, but just incredibly so. So, basically, this takes a while. Yeah, I think Ungrim kills something like 80 odds, maybe 90 rats by the end. Most of them are clan rats, but he did do a lot of damage to Queek and Jeremy, which isn't great, because we're going to have to wait for them to heal up. Yeah, I just keep doing that, basically. Just keep spawning. Eventually we just mob him with everything, and eventually he does die, but it does take a little while, because, you know, Ungrim, probably the worst dwarf lord to fight. Not because he's the most sort of, like, dangerous, but just because he doesn't fucking run away. Okay, not bad, although, obviously, Snitch and Queek took a lot of damage. But then, Ungrim's always a pain in the ass to kill, so there we go. Right, we're going to have to attack that, then retreat. Did get the more stuff. Can we pull back to... Yes, we can pull back to Karakit Peaks. Perfect. Little hit and run there's taken out that army. So that's reduced the threat there. That's a stack of iron breakers and organ guns. Fine.
I think not.
There's... Okay, well, there's that army. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dwarf stacks that we're aware of. One we've just destroyed. One that's growing over there. But at least Deathmaster Snitch is heading down to knock out Kurnos, the Hunters of Kurnos. Ideally, with using a bunch of slaves as target practice. Might do this for, the Fortress of Warwick I'm not so worried about. But yeah, the fact that we're just being hit all over the place is pretty bad, to be honest. I mean, if I was just fighting the dwarves, that'd be one thing. But I'm also fighting Itza and the Sentinels of Zeti for some reason. Although, having said that, the Sentinels of Zeti have just been wiped out. Well, the Badlands anyway, by these guys.
Do not waste my time with petty talk. Make your offer and be done.
Okay. I mean, I am okay with that. I'll be honest, I am generally okay with that. Yep, they're just sending constant fleets across the ocean to come and land and attack me. I mean, how many settlements do fucking Zeti have? I'm not... Gorok have, even. He's strength rank 7. He's got 9 settlements. I've killed 2 of his armies, and I can see at least 2 more. Which is madness. How the fuck have you got that much stuff? Like, if you had a couple of armies, that would be one thing. I mean, that army is mostly skinks. But still. Okay, at least you're suffering from attrition, so there is that. So, we're gonna... Problem is, I've got General Diversion here is literally fending off Itza. And I've only got 1 army to fend off 4 stacks of dwarves. Which is less than ideal. I guess we'll send Scrollkin to... Oh no, you were literally moving on. Okay, fine, go. You can... Right, we're gonna hit Darkhold, retake Darkhold, deal with this rebellion down here. This seems to be mostly rat ogres. Big props for repping the rat ogres. We can deal with the Hunters of Kurnos. And otherwise, good. Unfortunately, having racked my brains, I can't think of anything for a poll for next time because, I mean, there's not really any decisions I can make. It's all my armies are deployed against certain threats, and there's not really much. I mean, we've got Skrulk dealing with this, Deathmaster Snitch dealing with this, General Diversion dealing with this, Queek dealing with this, and there's no real choices to be made. That's just what they're doing. I don't even have any money to spend. And oh no, is heading towards the ancient city of Quintex, where he tried to put a Undercity in before he got shanked. So, God, we could really do with more money, couldn't we? God, we really could. I mean, at least we've got the Golden Tower. The Golden Tower will be back up in a couple of turns, so that'll be bringing in some extra cash, because of course we get an extra 30%, so that's going to bring in our 585, which actually takes us up to 2k a turn, which is not really that bad. But there's not really many decisions that I can... I mean, I guess it could be to go and take out Itza, but at this moment in time, I think I'm a bit well, maybe should, all right, the poll is, should I send General Diversion to go and take out Itza? You can maybe take that army out, and assuming that doesn't get too strong and we can build defenses at... We do have defenses there. Is that enough? Might be. Might be enough. Tell you what, let's build defenses there, and then in 3 turns that should be fairly defensible. Obviously we're going to have to deal with that, but yeah, okay, so the poll is, do we send General Diversion to go and wipe out Itza from the southern Badlands, and therefore maybe at least slow them down? Although, considering they're sending their attacks across the sea, I mean, I would have expected, having like blunted their attack, that I'd have a little, you know, a 10 turns or so to have a little room to breathe, but it just seemed to be incessantly sending them across the seas. It's not much. I mean, assuming, I guess if they got, you know, recruitment grounds here, or even global recruitment, then they could be using that to then send stacks quickly. Maybe I need more agents. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's the poll. Do we send General Diversion to deal with Itza in the southern Badlands, or just hope someone else kills them? Who are they at war with? Me. Okay, well, that's... Yep, sure. Well, I guess we'll worry about that next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.